Well, if everyone had just signed my skin from the start, like a fine motel guest book, I would not need this hammer. I would not need these men, these women, these children to break my bones. I would not need these doctors to remake me with paper so we might start again, fresh. An unblemished white contract between us. The whole damn production. Hello, I am here. And in some way, I guess Lance is here. I'll try to channel him as best I can. That's his poem, Casting. And I'm going to read a little duet he did called Aha. Ah. When you are born, the language crystallizes in you, so that we may share and be foreigners in the same tongue. Ha. When you are born, the language takes shape and stands at the ready. It does not freeze photographically, lost in the atom of a moment, the paradigm of an alien. This one's called Molecular. And I sort of look when I'm reading into an author what their poetic statement might be. And I'm not sure if this is what Lance considers his, but I'm going to read it that way. Molecular. Barely poetry, fucking around with the real. Not then the all about words. Their impossibility, and oh, how that feels, up the barely bearable topography of nerves. Lumsden Dam. As I am drowning, I think stupidly, I'm going to drown. The horizontal ripples of the black lake, the closing arc of the blue sky, amplify their inexplicable tongues, indifferent to my thrashing arms. Black lake, blue sky, the animal of my lungs. Hallucinations where there were words. And this next one wasn't one, Lance picked out a few poems, some of which I'm reading, but this wasn't one he necessarily mentioned, but I couldn't bypass this title. Daffy Duck should be so lucky. Night is the great black steamroller, quiets the Looney Tunes, muzak of progress, flattens the day like Daffy Duck. I duck out in the smooth flight, out of time, before he balloons back like Jesus with credit. And in his dedications, along with thanking fellow writers Alice Burdick, J.W. Curry, and Stuart Ross for their interest over the years, he thanks his family, Lisa, Emily, and Max. And there's two poems I want to read that were involve his daughter, Emily. And, this is Emily I Do Not Have. Emily, your voice sails over my head and circles back like a little bird with sharp black eyes and a ruthless beak, sinking the needle unselfconsciously into my ear for blood or worms, for some visceral gem I claim not to have or would not reveal. And this one's called Crossing, 11 months, 40 years. And I think I'm guessing he was 40 about the time she was 11 months old. Crossing, 11 months, 40 years. Emily, my little harlequin breaks the cold sky. Earth stolen from the nothing I halfway enter and halfway anchored by your small hand. And I've made a little trilogy out of 3 called Love, Work, and Note. And then I'm going to read 2 more after that. So this is Love. Lost letters of introduction will never meet in the original shapes. This one swallows ice by the arena, buries a little box of something impossible, except in the dirt, scraps for a script, long gone, but so real down there. If you dream of me in a certain way, I can give you money. Work. 1:45 a.m. I see capital swallowing, big-bellied, a feast on time I thought I owned. Sick, at the end of the night, with this pinch of sand. Note, be grateful for what you get. It's all just a great theft. And this is one that Lance asked particularly to read. It's called What I Am, and it's for Beatrix Potter. So I imagine this is what it's like when he's reading to his children what goes through his mind. What I am. First I killed a mother, followed her across the floor, lost in the kitchen. A noise in the cellar and I took care of it, her body wrapped in plastic. A trip to the garage, but I returned to the house, down the cellar, the shock of her babies just there. 2 together as if they'd fallen from the rafters, then one alive behind them, shivering near a dead one. Just one more, far from the others, winding down. I killed them all. And I hope I'm not giving the whole book away by reading the title poem, and I'm going to end with that one. And it's Vermin by Lance La Rocque. Vermin. Vermin find their freedom, but they are not human, and that's their freedom. They are not one, we are not one. Thank you.